praise and thanks also to you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has made us in the beloved and Sayyidina Muhammad my brothers, Allah will coming in the come Allah has brought. It's not us, Allah gave us the opportunity. Nothing is done on our own fault. One Sayyidina Bilal was walking with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet Islam noticed that there's a smile on the face of Bilal. They asked him, "Oh Bilal, what makes you smile?" So Bilal said to him, in face, "Oh beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if the giving of Hidayah lied in the hands of men, who would have looked at it and seen us later?" Then he went on further to say, "Oh beloved Nabi of Allah, if the giving of Hidayah lies specifically in your hands, then Abu Jahal, Utbah, Shayba, Utayba would have got Iman first, and who knows when Bilal started." How much shukr is that? We all want an Iman. When we die, Ulama say if a man makes consistently 2 rakat salat of shukr to Allah, that never then to come, it's my bed. Alright, yeah, no, the voice will come very loud. Alright. So, they said that ulama say if you continuously make 4 rakats salat to shukr for Iman, inshallah it is hope will die on you. Mujaddid al-Fasani rahmatullah used to say, Allah will put the best Muslim cannot take pride on the worst kafir, because he's got no guarantee he will die with Iman and the kafir will die without Iman. How much we have to worry about this? Imagine, my brothers, a man owns the entire Blackburn and then Allah Ta'ala decides to take the light of his eye away, meaning he becomes blind, and Allah decides I'll never give it back to him. Can all that money bring back the light of the eye? And Allah Ta'ala says, my beloved brothers, imagine health and wealth. And Allah says in Quran, a kafir on the day of Qiyamah will tell Allah, send me back to this world and I'll fill the entire world with gold. But ransom me on this day. And Allah's answer to him was in heaven. Like a child that is born without a hand. In all the doctors of the world, and all the technology and all the sciences, and all put that hand or that mother back or the child back into the mother's belly so the hand can be reformed. However, so how much shukr we must make? These are only the gifts of Allah. If nobody has come, Allah brought us. We should say this to our hearts daily. It's Saturday afternoon for all these young people. What choices they had? Yet Allah Ta'ala brought them. Who's that man? How happy that father must be. How happy that mother must be. Allah, can you repay for this? Sulaiman bin Dawud alayhi salam is flying with his flying castle. And an ordinary simpleton is there. And he says, Subhanallah. And Sulaiman bin Dawud alayhi salam orders that the flying castle comes down. When he comes down, he goes to the ordinary man. He says, what did you say? The man frightened. Who's Sulaiman bin Dawud alayhi salam? The king of men and jinn. And the animals all put together. He says, I said, Subhanallah. He said, the value of your Subhanallah is more than the flying castle of Sulaiman bin Dawud. Because that is meant to end, meant to perish. But the value of the Subhanallah of yours will never, ever, ever, ever come to an end. Now my dear brothers, Allahu Akbar, how fortunate we are. Huh? Doctor, when he dies, medicine dies. Lawyer, when he dies, the courts are gone. Huh? Rich, when he goes, what goes with him? The other day, one friend of mine came to our town, Johannesburg, about 25 years ago. He came with zero. Nothing. 25 years, Allah made him a super billionaire. And then Allah gave him such a sickness. His muscles just gone. And he passed away 2-3 weeks ago. Could he take one cent with? What would he do? This is the reality, my beloved. This is the reality that is coming to our heart. He says the law, the world is dead, the people are dead, gold is dead, silver is dead, gun is dead, bomb is dead. Allahu Akbar, what is there? Everything on this earth and beyond it, below it, above it is equal to zero. In the sight of Allah Ta'ala, an ant and Jibreel alayhi salam are equal. Kainat ka zarra zarra Allah Pak ka hukam ka muhtaj hai. Allah Akbar, nothing can do, nobody can do, everything can't do, everyone can't do. Everything is dead. Our hand is not in our hand, our urine is not in our hand. Our mind is not in our hand, our children are not in our hand. What is there that is ours? Man is useless, hopeless, helpless, harmless, effectless, dead. Never did, can't do, will never do. What happened, Allah did. What is happening, Allah is doing. What's going to happen? Allah. Allah is independent. Imagine made Isa alayhi salam without a father. Hawa alayhi salam from the rib of Adam alayhi salam. Who's this? Allah. And more surprising than that, imagine a pregnant she-camel coming out from a rock in the time of Sadi alayhi salam. Who's this? Allah. Yunus alayhi salam in the fish of in the stomach of the fish. Allah Akbar kept him alive. Who's this? Allah. And imagine if he didn't say La ilaha illa Anta subhanaka inni kuntu min az-zalimin. Allah would have kept him there till the day of Qiyamah. There's Allah, the owner, the controller, the provider, the sustainer, the nourisher. In our life we see how many have earned, never ate. How many left for their children? Even their children didn't get it. Who is this? Allah. How much every second, every moment, this heart is to say Illallah, Illallah. Where it looks like it's coming from, it's not. It's coming from who? Allah. It's not. The light of the sun is not from the sun. It's from who? Allah. The darkness of the night is not from the night. It's from who? Allah. Allah Pak decides. There's some place in the world you know better than I. That darkness doesn't come. And when sometimes darkness comes, the light doesn't come. Who's in control? Allah. Imagine, my beloved brothers, Bani Israel, for 40 solid years, Allah gave them food directly from Jannah, knows as man wasallam. And the children born with clothing. As the child grows bigger, the clothing also grows bigger. Who's this? Speak about Allah. Speak about Allah. Ba'das Khuda buzrug tu hi qissa mukhtasar. Besides Allah, only Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Anything else on this world is not worth speaking to. It's not worth spitting at. It's got no value. It's zero. You have many zeros, you don't have one in front. What's it? Zero. Everything zero. Nobody's strength. If Allah wants minority to be successful or victorious over majority, who can stop Allah? Huh? Allah doesn't need food to fill bellies. Allah is independent. Isa alayhi salam's time is coming. He said, Allahu Akbar. The moment the Muslim will be the poorest on earth. He said, what will his food be? Subhanallah. 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 That is our whole heart. Our mind's got to be tuned to this. That the doer is Allah. The giver is Allah. Imagine Allah says, وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ وَمَا تُوَدُونَ. Your sustenance descend from where? From a shop? From a job? From a degree? From where? Only from Allah. Only from Allah. Allahu Akbar. Beloved Nabi alayhi salam said to the effect, O son of Adam. And it is the habit of Adam alayhi salam, son. If you have a belly of gold, what you do? Desire another. And if you have another, what you do? You desire another. And the only thing that will fill the belly of a man is the sand of the grave. The sand of the grave. The sand of the grave. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Jibreel alayhi salam did not tell me. He blew into my heart. He blew into my heart. You will never die. You will never die. You will never die until what is meant for you doesn't get to you. That's why beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, seek your sustenance moderately. Seek your sustenance moderately. Because not your effort, not your intelligence, not your degree, not your position, not your profession. Seek your sustenance moderately, because your sustenance searches for you as your death searches for you. And then Nabi Islam said so beautifully, when you have a problem with your sustenance, solve it through the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My beloved brothers, Allahu Akbar, this is to come in our heart. This is to come in the heart of every single human being, that the creation is dead. Allahu Akbar, the creation can't do. We have to say it so much. My beloved brothers, that la. They say actually take the sword of la and hit it on everything, on everyone, in every place. Where our gaze is, where our hope is. They say this dunya is ajeeb. Most are dreaming. And some are even worse off, dreaming in other people's dreams. So how ugly it will look when that dream crashes. Huh? Dreams, my beloved brothers. Khab. Huh? That addition, if this happened, that will happen. If this happened, that will. Nothing. Who's the doer? Only Allah. Imagine Bani Israel. 300 in the time, astaghfirullah, in the time of one Nabi. Imagine the boys of the cave, Ashab-e Kahf. How many years? 300 on the solar calendar. 309 years on the lunar calendar. No food, no excreta. No hot, no cold. No water, no urine. With them who? A dog. Allah kept them alive where? 309 years. Say Allah. And one woke up, he asked the other one, how long you slept for? He says, a day. The other one said, no, not a day, it was only part of a day. How many years? Around it, the whole world is carrying on. Here Allah makes it stop. Who's in charge of time? Allah. Who's in charge of day? Allah. Who's in charge of night? Allah. How much this heart has to hear it? Everyone goes to his job. Everyone is on the internet. I don't even know all these things. Allah, every hoping something's gonna. Where is it? In whose end? We got a beautiful saying in South Africa. Many go for the bread just to find themselves dead. Huh? Where you think it's happening? Who's this, my beloved brothers? How much this voice of this heart is to say? Hazrat Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah durood and salam. Wallah, my beloved brothers, even if we take off the skins of our bodies to make shoes for Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, can we repay that Nabi? Huh? Allah's Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam taught this ummah. Say la ilaha. Say la ilaha. Went from street to street, gully to gully, person to person, by day, by night. Knocked on one door. Abu Jahl himself, Allahu Akbar, 400, 500, 800 times Nabi alayhi salam knocked at that door. Allah is pure, Allah is one, Allah does not allow any partner. You know, for all these young boys who are about to get married, I said, a beautiful girl, she's got a figure like a tuber. And I don't want to go further, you know. But she said, I just said, she's got only one problem. Or one screw is but rules. What's that but going to do? Looks like a joke in the cupboard. Anything but kalma, what will happen? There's no bayan. This is my beloved, this is muzakara of our heart. Every day, Abdullah bin Rawaha radiallahu anhu used to sit. And whenever he sees somebody, he used to disturb them. And he used to tell him, sit a while. Let's make the muzakara of Iman. Let's make the muzakara of Iman. Allah, Sahaba Ikram did not complain to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He's disturbing us, he's interrupting us. And Allah's Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, don't say that about Abdullah bin Rawaha radiallahu anhu. Where he goes, the malaika sit with him. The talking of anything besides Allah is a sickness. Makhluk ki tazkira bimari hai, uska shifa Allah ki barai hai. We have to see this. Sahaba were convinced about this. My beloved brothers, we made effort on salah, we made effort on fasting, we made effort on zikr, we made effort on something. Allahu Akbar, we didn't make effort on iman. Sahaba, 9 to 13 years, the first command came right towards the end, the command of salah. 9 to 13 years, there was only what? Ya ayyuhan nas, qulu la ilaha illallah tuflihu. Ya ayyuhan nas, qulu la ilaha illallah tuflihu. Allahu Akbar. Imagine that 100-year-old kafir. Now it happened in my country. A Hindu person, my beloved, 10 minutes before he became unconscious, of which he never woke up, he recited kalima and passed to him. That's my beloved, this kalima. Every Nabi's worry was this kalima. By day, by night. Noor Islam, 950 years. Every day, every night. I spoke to them softly. They didn't listen, I spoke to them loudly. I spoke to them individually. I spoke to them collectively. By day, by night. What was it? Ya ayyuhan nas, qulu la ilaha illallah tuflihu. Ya ayyuhan nas, qulu la ilaha illallah tuflihu. Our brothers, our elders say, today our heads are in sajda, but our heart is not in sajda. Sahaba's hearts were in sajda. Their bodies only followed them in sajda. That's why when they say when salah came, it was the happiest moment of Sahaba's life. Because it was a direct connection with Allah. Usman radiallahu anhu, of many others. Imagine entire Quran read in one rakat of salah. What was that? Today if a job of ours is done by making salah, Allahu Akbar, we are shocked, surprised. Happily obviously. They say Sahaba, if their job was not done through salah, they were surprised. It was impossible. Impossible. That's my beloved, that's yaqeen. Wallahi, my beloved brothers, this is to come into every rich and poor. Today our hearts are caged. But what? The belief, if you work, you'll earn. If you earn, you'll eat. If you eat, you'll live. The more you got, the better off you are. Mehnat se maal, maal se cheezon, cheezon se zindagi banega. From small, I don't know in your house, but you don't study what's going to happen to you. And Sahaba's children, from the first day, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. How much? Where we see it is a deception. In the sight of Allah, numbers don't count. Intelligence doesn't count. It's all creation of Allah. Allah rises for whom He wants. Allah drops for whom He wants. Allah makes for whom He wants. Allah breaks for whom He wants. Allah does what He wants. Imagine in one battle, kuffar are double or much more even. And Muslims are a few. What Allah Ta'ala has greatness. Allah makes the kuffar to look double from their numbers. And Allah makes the Muslim also to look double. Ulama say why? They say when the kuffar saw the Muslim, their fear in the Muslim doubled. And when the Muslims saw the kuffar double, their yaqeen in Allah doubled. Who is this? There's no condition, there's no circumstance, there's no point. Imagine saying Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu, there's a drought in his time. Allahu Akbar, a Bedouin slaughters a sheep. All he finds is bone and skin. Looking at that condition, he gives a sigh. He passes out. Sayyidina Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam comes in his dream. Say, go and tell Umar that we thought he's intelligent. What happened to Umar? Umar radiallahu anhu is who? They say around the member of Umar radiallahu anhu at any given time, at least 15 to 20 people just making fikr of deen. Mawlana Ibrahim Sahib said, Allahu Akbar, 30,000 people out in the path of Allah every day. 2.5 million square kilometers or miles came in the hands of Muslims in the time of Umar radiallahu anhu. He comes there and he says, oh Umar, this is the dream that I saw. Umar radiallahu anhu asks his shura, what did I do? Severe drought. They tell him, it seems that your attention went to the wealth of Umar bin As radiallahu anhu, who is the Amir of Egypt, because he promised the first camel with its load would reach Medina Munawwara, and if they are following the string, the last one will still be here in Egypt. It seems your attention went there. They say, Allahu Akbar, with such a regret and istighfar, Umar radiallahu anhu reached 2 rakat Salatul Istisqa. What tawbah that must have been, just to take that attention back to Allah. They say before the salat was completed, the clouds in the sky were already formed. That connection with Allah, my brother. That connection. That is the greatest need. There's no need greater than that. Sahaba's only worry was this. And not for the loss of dunya. Or that Allah wouldn't fulfill their needs. But the worry for what's going to happen when we die. You see, our elders say very beautiful. Daraasal hum jeene ke liye nahi aaye. Hum to marne ke liye aaye. कम किस्मती से जो मेहनत कर रहा है वो जीने का है और जो मेहनत हमने छोड़ दिया वो मरने का है. Actually, we haven't come to live. We've come to die. Less fortunately, the effort that we are making is the effort to live, and the effort that we are forgetting is the effort to die. And yet around us every day, my blood brothers, how many fathers are burying their children? Every day in front of us. How many sickly are burying healthy? Every day in our lives we see this. You know, we were now, not long ago, I was in Mombasa. And now my brother told me, he says, come and tell you a strange story. She tells me, he says, my cousin, his son was graduating as a dentist in Cape Town. So the whole family came for the graduation. When they came, they thought it's a beautiful place, let's make a keeper, let's have a little holiday. In that, they met in a motor car accident and the whole family passed away. And his brother was a poor man. And Allah, he was the sole inheritor, he got everything. Who's this? You know, one brother became Ali in my country, he said, in my country there was a man who had 5 daughters. He said, if I get the 6th one, I'm going to put her in an orphanage. And Allah's doing, he got the 6th daughter. Then after he put her in an orphanage, Allah gave him 5 sons. And Allah's doing, all 5 sons passed away in infancy. The 5 daughters got married. At the end of the life, who looked after him? The daughter from the orphanage. Who's this? Who's this man? Allah, we have to tell our heart. Salman Farsi radiallahu used to say, what an Ajib thing used to say. He said, may my seeing be my learning. Where we see it, Allah, every day there's a new lesson in life. Huh? Countries have come and gone. What goes up must come down. How this belief of this dunya can come out? Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu said this morning, Dr. Sahab said, Ali radiallahu anhu said, I learned my Allah in the breaking of my plans. Wherever our heart is stuck, that's how elders say, Jahan hamara yaqeen atka hua hai. That yaqeen is stuck. Allah is Allah. Look at Musa alayhi salam, my beloved brothers. Allah Akbar. Ulama Ikram say so beautifully. Allah asked Musa alayhi salam, what you got in your hand? Who did he? Musa alayhi salam thought this is an occasion to speak to my Creator. Huh? I mean, who is speaking to Allah? His whole life is Allah. They say, ye mere lathi, theek lagata hu. बकरी चराता हूँ, पत्ता हिलाता हूँ, और काम भी करता हूँ. I lean on it. I herd the sheep with it. I pluck the fruit or the leaves with it. And I do many other things with it. Allah said, throw it down. What happens? Turn into a snake. Allah, even Musa alayhi salam got shocked. So what the ulama say, Allah commanded, now catch it. Where on the tail? No, where? On the head. So our elders say, Urdu say, पकड़ने में जान का खतरा, छोड़ने में ईमान का खतरा. In catching it, my life is at stake. In leaving it, my iman is at stake. Rather my life goes, but my iman mustn't go. You think after Musa alayhi salam, when he saw it change back into a stick, what do you think? He said, I lean on it. I pluck fruit with it. Today I asked my friend, I need him today. He said, engineer, what you do? I do this. You say, throw your job. I don't say, leave your job. Everybody might die now, eh? Huh? Allahu Akbar is Allah. Say 70,000 magicians. Musa alayhi salam on the one side. One stick. Allahu Akbar. The means of not only eating all those others, but the means of 70,000 magicians coming into Iman. Huh? Allahu Akbar. When Pharaoh said, he'll kill everyone. Allah Pak made it that each one saw his place in Jannah before they left this world. That's Allah. Now imagine Fir'aun, one after another. Imagine Bani Israel put the food in their mouth, it's food. I mean, 50 people put it in their mouth then. It's blood. Bani Israel take it out of their mouth and put it in 50's mouth, turns to blood. We saw all this. Yet their pride didn't allow them to recognize who is Allah. Musa Islam is right in front of the what? The sea. Imagine Bani Israel then, oh Musa, what do we do now? Here's the sea, we drown. Behind is Pharaoh's army. Where do you stand a chance? Allah, but the Nabi of Allah, what he says? Don't worry. Allah is. Can you imagine? Sandwiched. Allah, intelligent will say, take the stick, hit Pharaoh's head. Allah commands, hit the water. 12 transparent tunnels for 12 tribes. And each wall transparent to the size of a mountain. And Pharaoh told, let me go in there. Not only was there an escape for Bani Israel, but Allah drowned Pharaoh and his entire army. And Allah Ta'ala showed that Zalim, that even the water didn't accept him, even the water couldn't. Who is this? Allah! Speak about Allah! Allah doesn't need a knife to cut. Allah is independent. Imagine Musa. Today, my beloved brothers, all of us say Umrah, ready. You know, one brother in our country was sitting in the haram. So one brother say, you know, I say, man, I don't know this Tabligh, where you come from. He said, brother, you know where you are. Allah said about Khalsa Rahmatullah alayhi, he had so much yaqeen in Allah's Zat, so much yaqeen. So one Arab brother came to him, he told him, you know what, Sheikh, I want to go for 40 days or 4 months. I don't know where to leave my wife. He said, bring her here. So he brought her the next day. He said, now Sheikh, see how Ibrahim Islam left his wife. La ilaha illallah is the truth. Who's protector? Allah. Who's giver? Allah. Who's maker? Allah. Today our job, Allah, when we see a man from one business to two to three, what he says? Hey, he's doing well. So I know. Somebody came to Mullah, said, Khalsa Rahmatullah, he told him, उसने अभी 2-3 दुकानें रखा. मौलाना said, उसने उसका मशगूलियत को बढ़ा दिया, उसका रोजी को नहीं बढ़ाया. His only increase is engrossment and attachment, not his sustenance. How did he deal? وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. In the Quran, is there any place to show us how to earn? What Allah said, the one who fears Allah, Allah will give him sustenance from uncertain, unimaginary sources. Who is this? Allah. Huh? We have to say it. My beloved, this world, Wallahi lazim, my beloved, the greatest harm is the stage of ours. That if we work, we'll earn. If we earn, we'll eat. If we eat, we'll earn. And the money is not here, the money is the cover. The money is the cover. What's the first question they cover? Marra. Imagine Allah's kindness every rakat. Allah, Alhamdulillah, Subhana, Rabbana, Subhana, Rabbana. How many times daily Allah reminds us, Rabb, 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 Rabb. Allahu Akbar. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu married many wives. In that particular home, there's only daughters. It's right by the end of his life. He's on deathbed. Usman radiallahu anhu comes to know of him. Usman radiallahu anhu comes to visit him. Usman radiallahu anhu says, he says, oh Abdullah, what is your problem? Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu anhu says to the effect, my sins are my problem. He said, I see you sick. He said, don't worry, my physician has given me this sickness. Meaning who? Allah. Usman radiallahu anhu is directing, you only got daughters in this house. Can't I leave a monthly sum for them? Wazifa. Allah. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu with the help of 2 Sahaba get up, sit up. He says, oh Usman radiallahu anhu, are you in doubt? He said, doubt about what? He said, I have heard beloved Rasulullah say, who reads Surah Waqia at night, poverty can never afflict him. I taught my daughters how to read Surah Waqia. poverty can never afflict them. We read it, how much yaqeen we got in it. Huh? We read it, how much yaqeen, how much that faith in our heart, not in the head. Quran, when a man memorizes, goes to the head. What goes to the heart? What is the effort of the heart? It's not sitting with a kitab. The effort of the heart is something else. Sahaba made that effort on the heart. Person to person, door to door, house to house, town to town, city to city. La ilaha illallah. Say, Ya ayyuhan nas. Qulu la ilaha illallah tuflihu. Ya ayyuhan nas. Qulu la ilaha illallah tuflihu. By day, by night. Allahu Akbar. Which person? Where? Which country? I imagine after the time of Sahaba Ikram in one large way, Tabi'een went to one place. There was quicksand. So they couldn't get, they took them over 1.5 years to build the bridge and get there. To their utter amazement, they hear the azan. Who reached there? There was only one pain in the heart of Sahaba. And what was that? That this kalima comes in every human being. In every black and white. In every rich and poor. In every man and woman. Allah, there wasn't a country they didn't go to. There wasn't a place they didn't go to. Where in China is the cover of a Sahaba? In Baruch, covers of Sahaba. Peshawar, covers of Sahaba. What was that pain, that worry, my beloved brothers, that today has left this ummah? That imagine today the reciter of this kalima is looking in the same place where every kafir, Yahud and Nasara is looking. For success in that, Hazrat Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Jibreel alayhi salam comes, Nabi alayhi salam complains, in the house of Muhammad there's no food. Immediately Allah sends the command, oh my beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you want we can make the lands of Makkah and Karama into gold for you, and where you go it will go with you. They say Allahu Akbar, Allah's Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as if Jibreel alayhi salam standing there, as if Jibreel alayhi salam points to him and tells him, rather be a slave than a Muslim. Allah's Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, oh Allah, give me food one day so I can be thankful, and keep me hungry one day so that I can try you. I'd rather be a slave than a Muslim. For what, my name? For an effort for this time. As in Khadija when he walks in, Jibreel Islam has washed his heart. He says, Zammiluni, cover me, cover me, cover me. She takes him to Warqa bin Nawfal. Warqa bin Nawfal, at that time obviously wasn't Muslim. He says, definitely this is the Nabi. They say the glow on the face of Khadija. The Nabi of Allah, my husband in my house. Everybody says, Khadija, अब तो मेरे बिस्तर को लपेट लो, now roll up my bed. मेरे आराम का दिन तो खत्म हो गया. The days of rest is gone. There was no taste in his food. There was no rest in his sleep. Imagine 3 months, the equivalent of 2 months. The stove wasn't lit in that house. One alim says, I saw the poverty of India, Pakistan. I thought there can't be poverty more than this. They said, then I went to Africa. And I saw that poverty, this poverty. Then Allah put in my head, can there be any house on the earth where for 2 months the stove was not lit? So how did you manage to send 2 black people? Dates and water, dates and water, dates and water. For who and for what, man? For this kalima to come. Today this woman's greatest sin. We've left the effort of kalima. The things of dunya have become significant. Our competition on the things of dunya. Imagine Allah's beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam right in his end. Allah. You know, my beloved brothers and love, today is becoming a talk. I heard it, I read it, I saw it. But how much of this pain has come into our heart? What difference has it made in our life? And as Rasul Sallallahu is right on the bed by which he's leaving this world to go into the next. And he keeps on falling unconscious. And then a certain king sends, or a certain clan, the leader of a clan, sends a few gold coins as a gift. And Aisha Radiallahu comes and gives it. And he looks at Aisha and says, distribute. And he falls into a state again. When he wakes up, the first question is that well distributed? She says, not yet. Immediately she gives it to Ali Radiallahu. And then he falls unconscious again. When he comes out of that state, Allah Akbar, my brothers. He says, Alhamdulillah has been distributed. He sees such a smile on the face of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And the words of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, oh Aisha, how awkward can it be that the Nabi of Allah died with this inspiration? They said at that time there was a little bowl, vessel, in which there was water. Continuously Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's hand was in that water. Say for what? He says Sakrat al-Maut, the transference from this world to the next. At that time the Malaika says, oh Nabi Allah, your Sakrat will be very easy. You know what Sakrat is? And the root is pulled out. And where is it pulled out first from? The fruit. They say, the ulama say, what is the explanation? They say it's like a rose bush and a piece of cloth taken from the bottom and pulled up like this. How does it become fruit? They say, or a bird that is living, half dead, put into boiling oil. What will be its condition? Ibrahim alayhi salam asked Allah Ta'ala, Ya Allah, show me the spectacle of a good person's death and a bad person's death. They say when he saw the spectacle of a bad person's death, Ibrahim alayhi salam fell unconscious. And he said, Wallahi my Lord, if there was no punishment of qabr, of the long wait of the day of Qiyamah, of the everlasting Jahannam, this spectacle of death would be sufficient a repayment for a man who lived his life on his dreams, fancies and desires. Then he asked for good soul. He said, Allah, 500 malaika there to welcome the soul, singing Ahlan wa Sahlan, Marhaban bikum, Marhaban bikum, Marhaban. Silver platters, roses, Allah, such beautiful aroma. And like a piece of hair taken out from fine flour, uncooked flour, without any pain, the root is taken. And at that time, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam makes dua. He says, Ya Allah, give me the pangs of Sakrat of my root. Allah, I know. Iman is unbreaking. Creation is greater. Dunya. How this can come in every life. And say, not only that, after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is taken away from this world, somebody sees Aisha radiallahu anha, one lady, and she sees that her skull is very, very dry. And tells Aisha radiallahu anha, why don't you oil your hair? And Aisha radiallahu anha says, Wallahi, when I left the world, there wasn't oil for the lamp in the house of the Prophet. Really, my brothers, we've been sent, selected, chosen, taken. Allah calls us the best. Taken out for what? Not for a degree or a position or a profession. For what? For the hidayat of the entire mankind. To enlighten every heart, every soul, every home. My beloved Nabi alayhi salam comes to Fatima radiallahu anha. It is his beautiful habit. When he comes there to Fatima radiallahu anha, she sees underneath his eyes all darkened. She starts to weep. He says, oh my beloved father, Allah has, why is it that you undergo so much hardship? When Allah has promised that Jannat is haram on any Nabi, Sahabi, Wali, till the day of Qiyamah, any human being till the day of Qiyamah. Until you don't enter, nobody will enter. Yet why do you have to undergo all this? And then he said, oh Fatima, look at how he consoles his daughter. We console them with umrah, a new car, a new, I don't know, whatever. You see, Allah was Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam consoles his Mubarak daughter. What is it? Oh Fatima, Don't worry. One day will come when every baby man will hold the womb of Iman. Only worry, the only pain, the only worry. At Hajjatul Wida, my beloved brothers, Allahu Akbar, imagine what was the condition of Sahaba. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Allahu Akbar, Abu Bakr Rahmatullah used to say, the two longest du'as of his life, one was at Badr and the other one was at Hajjatul Wida, standing in that sun, sometimes on camel back, sometimes down. Wallahi, wallahi, our beloved Habib Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam didn't make dua for his daughters, nor he made dua for, he told Ali radiallahu anhu, who is the person who will make you shaheed. He told Usman radiallahu anhu what your fate will be. What was the fate of Hassan and Hussein radiallahu anhu? He didn't make dua for any one of his family members. All he made dua is for his ummah, for his ummah, for his ummah, for his ummah. He made dua, Ya Allah, forgive the oppressor of my ummah, and you grant the dues to the oppressed. What a Shafiq Rahim Nabi this must have been. So Allah is ummah ka zalim ko tu maaf kar de aur mazlum ko tu badla de de. Ulama say that dua was not accepted there. The entire night at Muzdalifah he made dua again for his ummah, just for that. And there's somewhere in that end time he said those who are present, go to those who are absent and give the message in such a manner that those who are absent understand and realize this message better than those who are present. Out of 124,000 Sahaba Ikram in Rahim, less than 10% of those that Qabrizai Hijaz and practice, the rest are way in the world. It wasn't 40 days and 4 months. They say the more amazing than them was the wives of Sahaba. Our elders say so beautifully, the wives of Sahaba Ikram did one Najmai. Allahu Akbar, the Jewish woman used to taunt them and tell them, Aapka kamane wale chale gaye. Say, ye auratein bada hoshyar tha. Wo kya kehte the? Aap galat fehmi mein ho. Hamare khane wale chale gaye. Khilane wale abhi tak hai. The Jewish woman used to taunt them and tell them, your earners have gone away. They say those women were more amazing. They used to say you got it wrong. Our eaters have gone away. Our feeder is right here. Wallah, my beloved brothers, to every home, to every hut, who's got that pain? Gham mein Mustafa jiske seene mein hai, jahan wo bhi hai, wo Madina mein hai. Jahan jayega shida Jamal Mustafa, qala Mustafa, hala Mustafa. Allahu Akbar, who's got that pain? Who's ready to take this pain? I look at your country, my beloved brothers. Hafiz Patel Sahib Rahmatullah, you think it was 40 days or 4 months? You think it was 2.5 hours? No home. In 1984, he came to the Ijtima in Azadwal. And Allah Shukar, I was with the khidmat of Baifadi Rahmatullah. And Haji Sahib, I remember, shouted both of them. So that night they were consoling each other. So Baifadi asked him, when last you sleep? He slept at home. And all his age was about 60 something that time. If you take 84 from the time he passed away. He had to pause and think for a while, when last I slept at home. Then he calculated, he said over 3 months. If it was not for those people, my beloved ones. The people of Blackbird got tired of his knocking. Am I talking lies or the truth? Tired. What is this old man doing? What is this man doing? But today, look at this. Our Baifadi Rahmatullah went to Canada when they were reading Jummah, first ever Jamaat, when they were reading Jummah Salat on Sundays. One house hosted him. There was a little baby, he was playing with that baby in his hand. They made sure, Haji Sahib Ajib also, when these people, Allah gives this pain to. दर्द दिल के लिए पैदा किया इंसान को, वरना ताक के लिए कम न था करो दिया. Pain, that pain. He said, Allah Akbar, never slept the whole night just to establish Jummah Salah. Wallah, inshallah, Qiyamah Day. Whoever makes sajda, who make Jummah in Canada will come into Haji Sahib's account. But this is the work. It's not a small thing, the deposit of the Akhirat. The reward. By the custom of Allah, a man at home saying Subhanallah his whole life, can it equal one Subhanallah in the part of Allah? Allah says in Quran, those who are out and those who are in, can they ever be equal? This has to become our way of life. Say, mat kya karega ghar mein? Biwi ke saath kar raha hai, bacche ko sath de. What a man does at home? Either he's fighting with the wife or the children. Man is something else. Man selected. The only people who are stationary are people in the Kabristan. On this earth we meant to move. Wallah, if we don't do it for deen, we'll have to do it for dunya. When Ibrahim alayhi salam made dua after building the Kaaba, after trying to slaughter Ismail alayhi salam, and at that time if he requested the kingdom of the 7 heavens and 7 earths, Allah would have granted him. But our father Ibrahim alayhi salam made dua, Ya Allah, let come from this ummah. That means from Ismail alayhi salam there's only one Nabi. That was Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let come from this progeny, an ummah that can sacrifice. Our elders say we don't give it optional. Allah says it can be taken forth. This ummah is meant for this, taken out. Really, my brother, every one of us, we are not person of house, of shop. We are ummati of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, selected, chosen for this work. The most honored. Tell me all the kings of the world, can they equal a Nabi? And our yaqeen is all the Nabis of the world. Can they equal our beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Allah gave us not the work of a prophet. Allah gave us the work of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahu Akbar. What a mukammal, complete deen. Kamil. And more than that, Allahu Akbar. That high deen. The highest. And to take it where? To the whole of mankind. Allah forgive today, my beloved brothers. We've fallen so back that today this ummah doesn't even treat this as an oppression to our own souls. How can ummati be without the worry of mankind? I say people of Tata Nagar came to Maulana Yusuf Rahmatullah and said that time it was a great fasad. Muslims lost plenty and men. And they asked Maulana Yusuf Rahmatullah, which guna is it for which Allah gave us this punishment? Maulana Yusuf Rahmatullah said, guna ho raha hai. और उसका हम हमारे दिन में उससे बढ़कर कोई गुनाह हो सके. In our home, Namazi. In our neighborhood, in our own lives. How are we going, my beloved brothers? How the Nabi went, Allahu Akbar, tied himself, how Sahaba went. Uqba ibn Nafi radiallahu anhu, when he came to the Mediterranean, the place's name is Asafi, which means what? Sadness. Sadness for what? Sadness because, my beloved brothers, he couldn't find people to meet. Could he change what we want? What does Tabligh want? Allahu Akbar, the other day, somebody said to me, he said, they brought a man to the masjid, kababi, sharabi, whoever. The Imam said, I don't want him here, take him out. So he also told the Imam, I'm also going out, but allow me 2 rakat salah. He made call in his first sajda, he met Allah. Who's going to bring that person? Nobody ready saying, जिसके साथ कोई सलाम करने के लिए तैयार नहीं, जिसके बोझे के ऊपर कोई बोझा, अब क्या जिससे पिसाने के ऊपर कोई बोझा देने के लिए तैयार नहीं, जिसको गली मिलाने के लिए तैयार नहीं, जिसके घर पर कोई जाने के लिए तैयार नहीं, जिसकी छाई कोई पीने के लिए तैयार नहीं. ये आपका मेहनत का मकसूद बना दे, वो अंबिया अलैहिस्सलाम का मेहनत का मकसूद. Nobody is ready to visit. Nobody is ready to smile or embrace. Now kids are destroyed. The downtrodden, the poverty-stricken, thousands and millions of people. Inna laka fin nahari sabhan tawila. Allah says His Nabi swim in the ocean of mankind. Allah says, oh my beloved Nabi, are you going to destroy yourself just because these people are not believing? Allahu Akbar, on the day of Qiyamah, there'll be some Anbiya, say Allahu Akbar, there'll be people sitting on pulpits of Noor. Anbiya, Shuhada, Salihin will envy them. They say, who these people will be? They say, those are those who buried their desires in their chest for the protecting the laws of Islam. Now who takes this worry for each ummati, my brothers? What Allah won't do, my brothers. Today, my brothers, Allah, let us change our mood. We haven't come here for job, sure. This is low. We've come, Allah has sent us, brought us from our homeland for what in this continent? For the sake of His Mubarak deen, to save one person. One man saving one person, Allah uses us. Hidayat nobody can give. One person, Ali radiallahu anhu, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to him, on one religion, riwayat ulama ikram tell us, It is better than killing all the kuffar of the world. One man getting hidayat. Better than red camels. My beloved brothers, today in this Mubarak Majma, young and old, my beloved brother, wallahi, I know one thing, there's special Jamaat for 4 months. And there's 4 months youngsters Jamaat. So who inshallah in this, inshallah, that one got a 4 months special Jamaat in the moment? A few doesn't make a Jamaat. MashaAllah, who's there inshallah from this gathering of Allah? Tomorrow it's so feeble. You just go to the doctor, he touches your finger, he says, I think you got cancer. So whatever. Who's there from this Mubarak Majma inshallah? Allahu Akbar, the object is our entire life for Allah's deen. But who's there from this Mubarak Majma? Not looking left, not looking right, looking at Qabr, Hashar, Akhirat, asking Allah, I don't have the means. They say, our elders say, at least one time in our lifetime in Tabligh we have to learn that what is impossible for us is possible for Allah. So who's ready to learn that? Come my brothers. Who's there inshallah? Allah Ta'ala accept. Who else inshallah? Come beloved brothers. Stand up inshallah. We want from here inshallah. Blackburn Halka. Turn to Allah. Ya Allah accept me. I say Allah accept. MashaAllah. Come brothers. Who else? Don't think. That's not a 40 days. Our elders are saying at least my brother, once in 2-3 years you should give 4 months a year. I mean 4 times. You know, Allah Akbar, some countries. You know the poorer the countries, the greater Qurbanis. We went now to one Ijtima in Africa somewhere. Only Jamaats for 4 months, no 40 days. Only for 4 months. They don't have wife and children. Only our wife and children. Come mashallah. Who else? Come, stand up inshallah. Come brothers, who's there turning to Allah? Come my beloved brothers. Come inshallah. Allah Ta'ala Kabul inshallah.
Name please.
MashaAllah.
Zubair from? President Fan, mashallah. What's your intention? 4 months. Okay, mashallah. Allah accept. Allah accept. Allah make it easy, mashallah.
MashaAllah.
Zafar
Ameen. Allah Ta'ala Kabul.
mashallah. Zafar from Jamia.
Stand.
Dr. Amin, 4 months pedal every year. 4 months every year.
Every year. MashaAllah.
Irfan Bhai. Darul Quran se puri jamaat 4 mahine. Pedal. Allah kabul kare. Allah.
Come stand my beloved. Walk into this continent. Walk into the country. Person to person.
Mufti Sahib, mashallah, from Bones of the Rahman. 4 months, mashallah. Jay Ashafi. 4 months every year, mashallah. 4 months every year, Ashafi Darul Quran. Give me kind.
Look at our mashallah. Allah Ta'ala accept.
2025, 4 months.
That's a long call.
4 months, mashallah. Ibrahim from
Look at our good ground. Stand up, inshallah.
4 months next year, mashallah. Makki Masjid Bolton. 4 months, mashallah. Makki Masjid, Allah kabul kare. Ji, Masjid Insaf. 4 महीना कब से पूरी जमात अल्लाह कबूल करे जी माशाल्लाह 4 months माशाल्लाह कब से आइंदा अल्लाह कबूल करे जी full jamaat from Masjid Ashraf.
You see at the moment, you know,
Allah कबूल करे. क्या नाम है आपका?
क्या बाकी है
माशाल्लाह अल्लाह कबूल करे.
You know, that's what we say in Tashkil, they say life. At home they come, they say
full jamaat. Tayyibah Masjid. Tayyibah
I
Masjid.
said Allah Akbar. Here we say 4 months when? Brothers, Allah Akbar. That's when? That's the question. जो नकद चलेगा ईमान बनेगा, जो उदार पर चलेगा अमल आएगा, माहौल बदलेगा, अमल छूटेगा. ये नकद. See that what will happen. I'll say एक नकद चिल्ला 1000 उदार चिल्ला से बेहतर है. जो what the man can get from Allah in one night by making that nakad. We are not saying you can go. Allahu Akbar. A man learns more yaqeen in preparing to go out than actually while out. That connection we call a love affair. It will take out tears which were never there. It will soften that heart and make it turn to Allah. We give ourselves a chance. Allah Ta'ala accept. Allah kabul farmale. Pakistan 100-year-old man went for 1 year. Somebody asked him, how did you get it right? He said, you tell us it's tawfiq of Allah. Allahu Akbar. In Pakistan, imagine, the deaf and the blind is pushing the crippled. Who's giving? Allahu Akbar. What do Allah give us? Tell my youngsters. Allahu Akbar. This halqa is so rich. Wallahi. Allah accept. Don't be frightened. And don't take tashkeel lightly. We have to live with the burden at every moment of the Qiyamah. What should a man do at home? Huh? This dunya is total deception. It will look like we are right, my beloved brothers. This dunya teaches us. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, when your good deeds pleases you and your bad deeds hurt you, that is a sign of Iman. Today dunya coming is pleasing us. No, we're going to change it. Stand up, my beloved brothers. Wallah, each one here, every worker, Allah Akbar, to renew. Wallahi, Tabligh will be taken away from us without us even feeling it. And each one look in his house today, there are so many elderly people here. That knock at the door made my children Ali. That knock at the door made my children Hafiz. That knock on the door made me read Alif Lam Mim Sajda every night. If it wasn't the knock on the door by some Jamaat, today what would be my life? Wallah, I owe my whole life to this world. I owe my whole life to this world. What Allah? MashaAllah. Allah accept. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Stand up, my brother. Keep on it. Allah Ta'ala accept. MashaAllah.
Name, brother? From which masjid? MashaAllah. Yes, brother. Your name? Hamza from Nottingham. MashaAllah.
Ameen, Allah. You know, my beloved brothers, it's taking Allah accept.
MashaAllah. 4 months in life.
Allah, look at this. MashaAllah. Look at that beautiful youngster. MashaAllah. Allah Ta'ala accept his whole life. Allah Akbar. May I become the prince? Allah Akbar. Stand, my beloved brothers. Stand. Allah. Stand up. MashaAllah. Allah Ta'ala accept.
From Banosvik. MashaAllah. Allah Kubul. 4 महीना. कब से शॉपिंग?
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Allah.
Yes, brother. Your name?
Birmingham.
MashaAllah. Abid Bhai from Birmingham.
Allah. Stand, my beloved brothers. Ameen. Allah Ta'ala accept.
Salihin, MashaAllah. Muhammad from Salihin, 4 months, MashaAllah. Allah. Yes, brother.
Allah.
Bazir Ibrahim.
Stand, my beloved.
MashaAllah. Allah.
Allah accept. MashaAllah. Take care. Look at Haji Sahib. Rahman. MashaAllah. Don't be shy, my God. Give our name. Wallahi, turn to Allah.
Yes.
Wallah, we might die, but the intention will never die by Allah.
From where?
It might be this intention that be the excuse. We don't know Allah's will. MashaAllah. All our beautiful. MashaAllah. Allah, this boy will go far. I've got a lot of hope on him, inshallah. Allah Akbar. Allah. Maulana. Allah Akbar. Allah. Allah. Ameen. Look at our youngsters, MashaAllah. Allah Akbar. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Hi Allah. How happy Allah must be. Allah. How happy Allah must be. Youngster makes ibadah. On the day of Qiyamah, you get a place in the shade of Allah.
4 months. Yes, brother.
Imagine this youngster going to bring one youngster. Allah Akbar.
Louder. Who's there from? Sajini, MashaAllah. Allah make it easy. Ji Abdul Ghafur Bhai. 4 months every year.
Ameen. Allah.
Allah Kubul kare. Allah Asan kare. MashaAllah.
You know, in Pakistan, there's a nice young person. Allah accept. MashaAllah.
Your name, brother? Umair from? Ar-Rahman Masjid.
Allah Akbar.
You know, from Ar-Rahman, MashaAllah.
In Pakistan, one blind person went to his friend. They told him, come to masjid. He said, get out. Where he went to masjid. He made wudu. In his life, he never heard Allah Akbar. He lifted his hands. He went through the motion of salah. Then he lifted his hands. Hot tears rolled down his eyes. He went back to his friend. He took his hand, he made a hole in the sand. He took a match, he lit it. He said, you'll burn in the cover. He made the sign of a snake. His friend came with him to the masjid. What answer me and you are going to give Allah on the day of Qiyamah? Whereas this tongue will be for deceiving. His eyes will be for what? Wallah, my beloved brothers. It's our need. Each one here, Allah Akbar. Make more intention, alhamdulillah. Keep on, mashallah, my brother. 1, 2 more minutes more. Who's there?
You, my brothers, mashallah.
Come, brothers. Stand up, inshallah. If it comes in the heart, take it.
1 year.
Allah Akbar. Ameen. Allah, accept our Maulana. Mashallah. Mashallah.
It's my
Mashallah.
Try.
Allah Akbar. Make this our way, my beloved.
Moments.
Allah Akbar. Ameen, ameen.
Allah kabul kare, Allah asaan kare, mashallah. Your name is Muhammad Nasir from Birmingham, mashallah, kabul kare, Allah asaan kare, Allah make it easy for you, mashallah. Allah accepts it. Muhammad Nasir Bey from Birmingham. 40 days, mashallah, kabul kare, mashallah.
Ameen, ameen. Ameen. Allahu Akbar.
Meet your brother, Abid Bey. Oh, mashallah. Puri Jamaat Makki Masjid. Full Jamaat from Makki Masjid.
Ameen, keep my words there, man.
Mashallah.
Allah Akbar. The sleep in the path of Allah is better than how much charity? The pain and the frustration, what does that bring? I don't really understood. Allah, look at, mashallah, look at this. Allahu Akbar. Keep on standing, keep on standing.
Ali, his brother, I'm going to get tired anyway, mashallah. Yes, your name, brother? Abu Bakr from Salihin. Mashallah. Ya Haji Sahab. 4 months, Nakat. Allah,
say Ameen. Allah Ta'ala accept. Allah. Allahu Akbar.
Which mosque are you from with this? Barozwi. Oh, mashallah. Full Jamaat from Barozwi. Allah make it easy for you. What does say, mashallah? 4 months, Allah accepted. Yes, brother. Muhammad Kola, mashallah. Ji Ashraf. 4 months, brother Ashraf, mashallah.
Ameen, Ameen.
Nabil 4 months every year, mashallah. Yes, boys, where are you brothers from? Birmingham. Mashallah. Full Jamaat from Birmingham. Allah accept it. Allah make it easy for all of you, mashallah. Yes, brother. Your name? Isa from Birmingham also, mashallah. Your name, brother? Salahuddin. Saad from? Which masjid? Darul Quran, mashallah. Allah make it easy. Allah accept it, mashallah. Yes, brother. Your name? Muhammad. From Bolton. Nazir Rahman. MashaAllah. Allah accept. Allah make it easy. Yes, brother. Your name again? Zayd from Bolton. Ar-Rahman Nazir. MashaAllah. Yes, boys. Your name again? Ahmed Al. Zahid. MashaAllah. Darul Quran. MashaAllah. Kubul kare. Name again? Yusuf. MashaAllah. Allah kubul kare. Allah make it easy. Allah accept it. Is that Tahir? At the back, mashallah, from Bolton, Allah accepts it, Allah make it easy. क्या जी साहब, क्या मैं इरादा है? 4 महीना, mashallah, Coventry से, Allah make it easy, Allah accepts it. Your name again? At the back there, you sir. G. Huzaifa, mashallah, Allah accepts, Allah make it easy, mashallah.
See now, all the old people you have to go get. Alright, the youngsters, wallah, very easy, my brother. Somebody asked Ali radiallahu anhu, what's in your hand, what's in the hands of Allah? The man was standing, he said, now lift your one leg. He did so. He said, lift the other. He said, I can't. He said, as much as you can lift is in your hands. What you can't is in the hands of Allah. So all our youth, beautiful youth, very easy. Every day. And I'm taking to everybody, man. Every day, let's take out time. Our elders say 10%. 2.5 hours. If we can't at least Maghrib to Isha, let's give to the masjid. And for what? Go door to door, door to door, door to door, door to door. Who we know, who we don't know. Allah will give him the dawah of this kind. But love and affection, that's the work of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Go there, oh my brother. Yeah, you know, brothers, we don't know what happiness we bring to broken homes. There's the time children don't want to see their parents. Go bring that kalima in that house. Go home to home every day. Make it a point, there must not be a day that I don't go with the dawah of Allah. Allah's name brings peace. Allah's name brings hope. Allah's name brings safety. Allah's name brings protection. Allah's name brings salvation for dunya, qabr and akhirah. Is it true or not? Allah's name, just Allah, will keep the world alive. Go to every house and say Allah, say Allah. Don't waste time. Allahu Akbar, we are seeing in our masjids, Allah rewards some of the masjids. The entire area, how many Baligh, how many not Baligh. Some of our masajid, Allahu Akbar, in 1 month they cover every Muslim of the area. What it means, Maghrib time, no long mashwara, does that? One extended mashwara in the week, in the month. Everybody gets their job. After Maghrib, I'm just saying, yours is different because you're varying times. Whatever time you decide, from that time the Jamaats go. Cover the whole area. Brothers, imagine 100% namazis. You think Rozi can be a problem? The purpose of Rozi is in Salah. And then what is it next? The Talim in the house. Allah, Talim comes, the love of Sahaba comes. We're talking of fitness today, how to fight fitness. Bring Sahaba's name, bring Allah's name, bring Nabi's name, bring Salah, bring Zikr, bring Tilawat, bring Talim. Wallah, every fitna will be gone. Huh? Allah, imagine Sunnah is so powerful. You enter your house, you say Assalamu alaikum. Shaitan says there's no place for me in this house. You eat, you say Bismillah. Shaitan says there's no food for me in this house. What you want? Where's the solution? No cardiologist, psychologist, psychiatrist, they themselves need it. In America, all the psychiatrists are psychiatric cases. There's only one way, Sunnah of Rasulullah. Wallah, bring this yaqeen. Maria radiallahu anha bore the child Ibrahim of Rasulullah. Ibrahim passed away in the heads of Rasulullah. Maria radiallahu anha asked Rasulullah, where's my child? Nabi alayhi salam said he's enjoying and flying in Jannah. Nabi alayhi salam asked Maria radiallahu anha, if you want to see that spectacle, I can ask Allah to show you. She said, oh my Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, my eyes can deceive me, but your Mubarak words can never deceive me. Today, Hafiz Patel sahab rahmatullah alayhi's beautiful words, Allah हमें माफ करे. आज अल्लाह के बारे में हमारे दिल के अंदर शक आ गया. आज इस काम के बारे में हमारे दिल के अंदर शक आ गया. Today there's doubts regarding Allah in our heart. There's doubts regarding this work in our heart. The work of Allah. Take that doubt out. Wallah, when you're in Allah's path, Allah will protect our family. Like how He protected the family of Anbiya alayhimus salam. Allah will give ruzi from where? Unseen sources. Time is gone. Just Maulana Sayyid Ahmad Khan Sahib rahmatullah alayhi. What? He said if this ummah will do this work, listen carefully my blood brothers. 5 things Allah will give them. The door of barakat from the sky will open. The door of rahmat will open. The unseen system of Allah will work in our favor. Allah will put our awe on the hearts of the unbelievers. And our du'as will be accepted. And when this ummah leaves this work, the door of barakat will be closed. The door of rahmat will be closed. The unseen system of Allah will go away from us. We'll fear everyone and everything. And the doors of our du'as will go unanswered. Is it what we are seeing today? Wallah, take everybody. Our elders don't say, in Raivin, they don't say come out. They say chuck out. Huh? Chuck out. Raivin now, many of you must have come. One common statement in Raivin. Qurbani khatam, hidayat khatam. Qurbani khatam, hidayat khatam. There's no comfortable tabligh. If Sahaba had it easy, would we be here? So each one put this. Give targhib for it. Wallah, these places, environments make us change very quickly. We get into this environment suddenly. Shaitan he'll never leave us alone. They say, yahan ke liye bhi kuch karna padega. Kya karna padega? Huh? Zindagi kya? Ek roti, do roti, choti se khoti. Usse zyada kya zarurat? But what's the home? What's the need? Who's the king of the world? The richest? The most powerful? The most honored? No! The one who's got food for the next meal. Who's got no debts on his head. Who's got a body that can undergo hardship, hearty. Who's got a wife that is truthful as far as his modesty, his respect, and his wealth. And he's got children who become the coolness of his eyes. Wallah, does that man need anything else on this earth? Each one let us make this need to go from here. That we're going to make this our home, inshallah. Say inshallah. That we're going to leave not one house without talim. Inshallah. We'll see, brothers, talim will bring one, I know, last minute or 1 minute, sorry. We went now, we were in our country. So our Jamaat went to a mechanic. He's got a big workshop. So very beautifully he smiled and he said, Alhamdulillah, in my workshop, every Muslim brother is a 5 times a day namazi. They say, you know why? Because in my workshop we do talim every day. No need for mother to fight with the child. No need. Once talim takes place, 6 points takes place. Allahu Akbar, see how that environment, there's not one example. There's millions of examples like this in the world. So let's make niyat, each one of us, inshallah. Allah grant us all tawfiq. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika. Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh.